Okay, hi everyone. Trying to find it. Okay. I don't know, have a look. Hi everyone, nice to be here. Happy Sunday to you all, or Saturday evening if you are on the other side of the world. I hope your week has been really good. I am chilling a bit today. It's nice to have a bit of a rest. So the biggest thing I think that's happened over the weekend, so for us it was Friday evening, was that we had a total lunar eclipse in the full moon of Virgo, and Mercury retrograde on Friday. So astrologically, there's been a lot happening. We've also got Venus retrograde, which is the planet of love, the planet of relationships and things like that. So on a whole, there is a lot of astrological activity occurring, but it can also mean lots of things surfacing for people, and that can be really, really tricky. So I'm just going to lay out the cards and do a bit of a self-reading because I haven't done one this week, and just see what they say. But if you're jumping on the live and you'd like to have a reading, just pop your comment down. If you've got a question, pop a question in. If you'd rather a general reading, certainly just do that as well. So I always look at Mercury retrograde as a time where we get to reflect on some of the things that we need to focus on. So sometimes we need to reassess things. Sometimes we need to look at things a little bit differently than what we have been looking at them like. So it gives us an opportunity to just look back at things and see where we can improve things, because it obviously showcases where there may be things that are highlighted that aren't going so well. All right. So I'm just going to do a cut of the cards, and we're going to see what comes through. I'll try and get in that zoom. Okay. All right. So in my reading, it's a little bit mundane, obviously, when you do them quite regularly, but it's come up here that there is a connection to, hey, Jao, how are you? You would like to know what's next for you professionally? Sure. Once I finish this reading, I'll jump on for you. So it is definitely about a water sign female in my life. So water signs are Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And there is something very positive around her. And it's not my daughter, because my daughter comes out as a princess, or in some decks, or as a page. So she's my page of cups because she's only 14. But it's definitely a female that I'm aware of, that I know of. I'm going to hear some good news about her, so that's really, really positive. And it looks like it concerns something in my work life, which is exciting. So that to me tells me that I will await positive news from a client or someone I have known for a long time. I'm actually connecting with, I just realised who it was, I'm connecting with a friend tomorrow who is a Pisces. So she's coming over for a cuppa, so I guarantee that she's got some good news to share with me regarding her work situation. So that's really, really good. And I haven't seen her for a while. So that's all it's concerning, is letting me know that it will actually be a good interaction. We'll have a nice time together, and it will be really good to see her. So isn't it nice when the cards come out and just share with you some information like that? So, you know, she's someone who I don't get to see very often. We're both very busy in our lives. But when we do catch up, you know, it's usually we try to pack everything in that we've been going through, share our life events, that type of thing. I think it's normal for most of us in this day and age. But yeah, the Nine of Cups tells me it's positive. There's positive fulfillment around this energy. So that's really good for her. I'll be happy to hear if she's going in a different direction with her work, and that will bring some joy to my week. Okay, so Jao, I'm going to give you a reading. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm really sorry. I'm not good with pronunciations. I know that people get mine mixed up a little bit too. So hopefully I'm not offending you in any way, but I'll just call you Jay if that's all right. Okay, so what is next for you professionally? I'm really excited to have a look and see. So when we're looking at the cards for some professional information, we want to kind of tap into earth, and we want to connect with that element because it's all about our resources and our commitment to that, but it's also our passions as well. So work brings us, you know, a sense of fulfillment. Well, it should bring us a sense of fulfillment. So when we connect to the earth, it grounds us and it connects us to that sense of what our root and sacral chakras connect to our solar plexus or our intuition. So let's see what comes up for you, Jay, here. Okay, good shuffle, and I'm connecting to your energy. I feel a bit of disruptive energy in your life at the moment. If that's true, definitely understand that. Okay. Let's pop that into 3. So when I cut the cards, I'm dividing the energy up just to put that energy through the cards. It just allows a little bit more of a divide there just so we can spread it through. Okay. All right. I'm going to say this, Jay. I feel like you're moving into a direction that is going to be very positive for your personal growth. I think that there's been some challenges for you emotionally. I feel like there's been some stress around things like anxiety and feeling like you can't quite grasp it. I also get a sense that you feel quite trapped in your life at the moment, and that's obviously indicated. The imagery in the Eight of Swords is very indicative of feeling trapped. And I feel like for you, that means that there is that energy of trying to break free from something that's not serving you. And I do get the sense that you know that doing that is going to be very difficult, and you feel that the energy of pushing through this is going to bring some challenges. But I'm going to say to you that I think those challenges are worth pursuing. So you're going to feel very uncomfortable making these changes, but if we stay in our comfortability, sometimes that is the most uncomfortable place we'll ever be. So I feel like you need to get uncomfortable, and that's a really tough thing to hear from somebody, but I think you know you're going to have to take the harder road in order to move into the direction of your passion. So the Ten of Wands over here is telling me that you have the ability, you have the nous, you have the strength to be able to push through and to do this and to take the challenges on board. What you're feeling trapped with is some of your own thoughts or doubts, and there's a lot of self-doubt around how you're going to be able to accomplish this. But I feel like when you sit stuck in your thinking, it's really hard for you to actually take the action, whereas Wands are about action. So the Swords are all about thinking and you know, what's going through your mind more so than anything. So they're air element. But I feel like with the Wands as your outcome, it's a time for you to start moving in the direction where you want to go. So no dream is too big. And I mean that if you really passionately feel drawn to something, if you can't stop thinking about it, if it's something you've always wanted to do, if there's something in your heart of hearts that you would love to jump into, please start taking the action. I know it's easier said than done, but one step every day towards your goal will bring you closer. And I feel like if you start making that move, it's going to help free you from those negative thoughts a little bit. And the more you break free, the more you start taking action, the better the pursuit will be. But it is going to be uncomfortable. I'm not going to sugarcoat that for you, okay? So good luck in the future. I do hope that things do go in that direction for you, because past the Ten of Wands comes a whole lot of joy, and that's where fulfillment can be attained. But you need to go through it all in order to get that fulfillment. So lovely to read for you, Jay. Thank you. Yeah, so this after this one, you want to see if there's another connection. Well, we can have one more look, and I can pull out one more card for you. But generally, I just like to stick with the 3, but I can do one more for you, only because sometimes the tarot tells us what we need to hear today. But no, I'm happy to make that exception for you, Jay. That's fine. We'll see what it says. Because you do have a lot going on, and I feel like you're limiting yourself. And so it is normal. It's the survival mode of us humans. When you've been through a lot, we tend to hold ourselves back because we're safe. But it's time. The time's come for you to really start taking action for your future. It's very exciting. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so after the Ten of Wands, I have for you the Queen of Wands. So I'm going to say to you that I feel as though there is a female involved in this situation for you, and she's a fire sign. So we have Sagittarius, Leo, or what's the other one for Aries. And so she is a woman who's kind of, I'm going to say this very honestly, feeding some of your doubts. So I think you need to be clear with this connection with this female as to what her intentions are. Maybe she's worried about her pursuits in her future, and so she's pulling you back a little bit with yours, because if you go guns ahead and you go starting to achieve things in your life, she might feel a little bit insecure about that. So you need to do it anyway, and that's difficult decisions in your mind, but I feel like she is holding you back. There's a connection holding you back. So that could be, doesn't necessarily mean a relationship, it could be, but it could also be a friend, a family member even. It can even be like a mother, it can be a sister, it can be a friend, it can be a partner, it can be a boss, but it can be any female in your life who is really just not giving you that pursuit of, yep, go for it, Jay, you've got this, you know, I really think that you can do this. If you're getting told, oh, you know, it's probably not worth looking at, you know who it is, and I think you know who I'm talking about. But don't let them stop you, is the message. You've got to keep going anyway, because there's a lot of positive energy around this. Okay, so that's how I see it. Good luck with that one, and I'm sorry that seemed a little bit intentionally hard, but I feel like she's come up for a reason, just to show you where some of your barriers are for you pursuing your dreams. And sometimes that can be a really difficult position to be in. Okay, thanks for being here, Jay. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm just going to look at, I wanted to do this earlier in the week, and I'm just going to look at what the next week will bring for everybody, just as a generalized reading for the total lunar eclipse that we've just had and the retrograde, because we have a lot of setbacks at the moment, and that's just not individually, but that's happening on a global scale, and I feel that we can feel the tension. There's a lot of, I believe, with the politics over in the US, there's lots of showmanship kind of stuff going on. There's lots of, you know, I feel like it's a bit of a Hollywood show, to be honest. But I feel like that is happening to, you know, kind of create and mount those tensions and that stress for everybody. So it's very interesting what these planetary alignments will do. So lots of steady tension and lots of upheavals have already been happening. So it'll be very interesting to see. All right. Okay. So what it's saying is that some of these events for the world that are happening at the moment are quite fated. And when I see the Wheel of Fortune in a tarot reading, I always think of destined events. So the things that always are meant to happen. So sometimes the Wheel of Fortune comes out when there is natural occurrences too. So natural seasonal cycles and things like that happening too. Queen of Pentacles, when I'm doing a wide reading, often refers back to Mother Earth and that connection to Earth energy and the divine feminine. So I feel as though we're going to see, you know, quite a dramatic pushback from the Earth this week, perhaps. And perhaps there'll be some kind of an event that showcases the power of nature versus, you know, some of these man-made things that are occurring. And it will be very interesting to see if we do get some of this pushback here this week. I'll be very interested because if we do see things like, you know, natural disasters, stuff like that, I really hope that nobody is harmed during that. But I do think that it's going to also showcase how volatile energy can be and how that actually nature tries to restore, nature tries to balance. And sometimes that means creating a bit of chaos. So I do see a bit of chaotic action in terms of nature events this week. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. Also, the Six of Pentacles is telling me that financial markets will probably be to and fro. We'll see ups and downs, but there won't be any kind of headway either way. It will drop a bit, then it will come back up a bit. because they're literally playing the game behind the scenes. So I feel like it'll be manipulated heavily, and that's the Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles there. And Pentacles always go back to earthbound things, so the Pentacles always represent earth as well. So we have quite a lot of earth energy coming through here. So I feel like when people are so focused on financial resources and making money, I'm not saying you don't need money to survive, but there's a lot of energy and a lot of collective consciousness focused on money, money, money. And so that's where Mother Nature decides to start to push back, because unexpected events to us humans often showcase how finite the structures are that we've put up, basically, because financial markets all run on emotion and human energy. They are literally a creation that we have made. So it's not actually anything that is natural in the sense. So yeah, it'll be a bit of a fight between the natural world and the human world. So we'll get to see how that manifests. All right, well, I feel like it's a bit of a short one today. It was good to get on anyway and just keep this rolling, because I do want to keep my routines going. We've had a little bit of upheaval in our own lives over the last few months, so it's good to be able to jump back on and have a little look at the cards and connect with you all. I'll be, especially the second half of this year, I'm going to be offering a whole lot of support and things like that, and doing that kind of tarot workshop kind of stuff. I'll be jumping on and doing a series of group events, and I'm really looking forward to get going with this. I feel like it was normal for us to learn a lot along the way, but I'm really excited to be having more of an online presence as time goes on. I feel like it'll be easier for us to do that now. But it's been lovely to be here. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Look after yourselves, and I will see you next week. Bye.